Hi, my name is Megan Handley. I'm a rising junior at Ithaca College, and today I'm going to do my best to help you out with registration. So I just want to start off this video with a disclaimer. This is not Ithaca College affiliated at all. I may work for admissions, so I'm used to helping students, but this is not affiliated with Ithaca College. I've just been getting a lot of questions forwarded to me from the Ithaca College parents page and figured this would be easier to pass on to students to help them get through registration. So amidst the pandemic, orientation has obviously been pushed back, and it's been pushed back even past when registration opens for freshmen. So many are panicking, trying to figure out what to take, what to do, and today I'm going to do my best to help you out with that. So this video is going to be in 3 parts. First is what to take as a freshman in general. Second will be resources you can use to figure out how to build your schedule. And third is going to be the method I use to build my schedule every single semester. So first we're going to go over what you should be taking as a freshman at Ithaca College. So the first thing every freshman needs is called an Ithaca seminar. So Ithaca seminar is the way of giving you an interesting class while also giving you that first year experience that's like, how are you doing? Are you sleeping? Helping you get acquainted with campus, etc. There are tons of options for these classes, and none of them will have like specific descriptions, so you basically just have to go off of titles. I know one is called Why Your Roommate's Music Taste Sucks or something like that. They're pretty interesting classes. I took Is Your Taste in Music Good or something like that when I was a freshman, and it was super interesting. That will be 4 credits for each freshman. On top of that, you should be taking an introductory major course, which will obviously change for each major, but I'll give you an example of this later when I go over how to build your schedule in part 3. And next, you should be taking a theme class. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume you know what the theme is because it would take a long time for me to explain how to register alongside with how to pick a theme. So for this, I'm going to assume you've already picked a theme. As a freshman, you're also going to have to take academic writing. If you did not get a 3 or 4 on the AP English test or transfer it in from anything else, it's a class everyone across the college has to take. I highly recommend taking it at some point during your freshman year, although you don't have to. It's best to just get it out of the way. So these are the 3 main classes you should add. This is the Ithaca College seminar, a major class, and a theme class. You can take 2 major classes, you can take 2 theme classes. A lot of times your major will also have a specific structure, which we're about to get into. So here's where I'm going to begin to talk about resources. So my 2 majors at Ithaca College are writing and television radio. So today we're going to work off of television radio for teaching you how to build a schedule. So as you can see here, I've Googled Ithaca College television radio major, so you can replace this television radio with whatever your major is, and you'll see this top one with the little arrow that says television radio major B.S. under the catalog.ithaca.edu. This is a great resource for any major because up here it breaks down your entire requirements, which classes you need, and this is where you can start to build on what you want to take. So let's say you're a television radio major. You can see these are the 3 introduction classes. They want me to pick from one of these. So as an incoming freshman, I would pick one of these introductory classes. Along with that, if I want to fill time, it says select one of the following here. So I might pick one of these other 2 credits because I know I'm going to have to take it in the future. This entire document, you can find it for any major or minor. It's also a great place to look if you're not sure what major you want to take or what minor you want to add in the future, because you can look through all of these catalogs, all of these majors, all of these minors, and it will tell you exactly what you need and at what times. Well, not specifically at what times, but like as you progress up, you see what I mean. So in general, if you are unaware, anything with a 100 typically does not have a prerequisite, so that's where you're going to want to start. Anything 200 or over, say this critical thinking course, you're going to want to check and make sure there are no prerequisites for that. Some of these classes may say you have to be a sophomore, you have to have taken this, etc. This is our first resource here. It's under the catalog, and just remember, fill in whatever major or minor you need, and you can use this to figure out what to decide to take. So next we're going to go to our next resource, which is under the apps at ithaca.edu, and it's called Degreeworks. So assuming you have your NetPass set up, you log into Degreeworks with your NetPass, and I'm going to show you my Degreeworks today to give you a bit of an insight as to what it's going to look like. So I'm going to black out some of my information up top and not show you all of my details, but below here you'll be able to see it breaks down your major completely. So here you can see that I'm in under the major in writing. If you do have 2 majors, you can switch between 2 of them here. But down here is the important part. It tells you everything you need for your major. Here is where it shows me what theme classes I still have to take. It shows me I've finished my academic writing requirement. I've finished all of my diversity, writing intensive, and quantitative literacy, which are other classes you might want to consider taking as a freshman. And this is another great resource for deciding what you're going to take when, because it will break down all down here where I'm circling exactly what you need to take, and in the order, about the order they assume you're going to take it. So let's say for my writing major, they think I should take intro to the essay, then intro to creative writing, then argument, then grammar, etc. I know this all seems really confusing, but with just a little bit of practice and looking at it repeatedly, you'll get the hang of it. So next, I'm going to go back to this Ithaca app screen, and I'm going to show you how to actually go in and look at classes. We're going to hit registration and planning on the left, and then we're going to hit browse classes and go to fall 2020, assuming that's when you're watching this video. So let's keep going through this, assuming you're a television radio major. Up here, I would type in television and hit search. This will show me all the available slots of classes, etc. These say full at this time because TVR majors are automatically enrolled in one of these classes, so if it says full and you're like, what the heck, you're probably enrolled in one of these and they just haven't told you yet, so don't panic. That is not applicable for every major. This is basically called pre-registering, and it's when some majors put their students in a class before they actually pick so that they're already in it. Not every major does this. You're going to want to check with your advisor and on the major page that I showed you earlier under the catalog. So here I'm going to show you how I would typically register. Let's say I was considering taking a section of Intro to Audio. So for this section, I'm going to show you completely how I organize my schedule when I'm deciding what to take. This is how I lay out all my options, and it's the best so you can make fake schedules and decide what best fits your preferences, how far you are from your dorm, etc. So let's pretend I'm thinking about taking this first Intro to Audio class I have highlighted here. So on my sheet, I'd first write Intro to Audio, and then right here where it says CRN, that means course registration number, and that's the number you're going to need to put in when the actual time for registration comes. So if you're considering a course, you're going to want to know these numbers. So this section of Intro to Audio is Monday and Wednesday, so I'll write that down. And then I'll write down the times. And then I'll write down the CRN, which for this class would be 20864. If you feel like it, you can write down who the professor is, so you can go and look them up on Rate My Professors Later, which is another basic tip. If you want to look up your professors and see how people like them, use ratemyprofessors.com. It's wonderful. So now that I've picked a intro to major class, I'm going to go and show you how you can look up classes for a theme. So down here where it says advanced search, we're going to click on that. And then let's say our theme is identities. So under attribute, I'm going to type in identities, click that, and this will show me all of the options available for the identities theme in the fall. Make sure to check over here how many seats remain in each class. This is very important because if you are banking on a class and there's one seat left, there's a pretty big possibility that you're not going to get it. So you want to have backup plans always. So we'll see here that there are 15 pages of theme courses for identities that I can scroll through and consider when I'm going to take them. Some of these may even count for my major. Let's say I'm a cinema and photography major. This intro to drawing class would count for my major and for my theme. You can double up like that, and I highly recommend doing it because it leaves more room for electives you actually want to take later on. So here I would do the same thing. I would write down intro to drawing. I would write down the CRN, which once again is right here. So for this class, it would be 22341. And then I would write down the times. It may seem tedious now, but following this and writing down all the classes you're considering will help you extremely when you're piecing together to make sure everything fits. A lot of times, things are going to overlap, and do not panic. If you don't take something or don't get into something in the fall that you want, you will get it later, and it's very hard to fall behind. I hope this video has helped you. If you need any further assistance, please reach out to me. I am just sitting at home, as you can expect, during a pandemic, so my email is mhandley@ithaca.edu. You can also go on to Ithaca Advising, just look up advising, and you can make an appointment with an official advisor who's not just me, a random junior, and they can help you set up your schedule. I hope this helped you along, and good luck with registration.